everyone to please settle down because we're here to start the event. Requesting everyone to come inside, settle down. So very good evening, everyone. I'm Anshul Bajwa, your host for today evening, and I'm absolutely delighted to have all of you with us here today for Laxmi for Laxmi. You know, it's very inspiring to see all these gorgeous, beautiful women who've come from various parts of Bombay under one roof. And this is so inspiring. It makes the event all the more powerful, all the more inspirational, because this is what we are here for today. And you women inspire us. You inspire all the women around us. So before we begin today, we'd like to start with a short film. This film is about the idea of what Laxmi for Laxmi stands for and what this evening is going to be all about. So everyone, eyes and ears towards the screen, and let's have the AV play.
For generations, when prosperity entered a home, they said, Laxmi aayi hai. But somewhere along the way, they forgot something important. The very symbol of wealth is a woman. They say investing needs patience. Women live it. They say it needs discipline. Women practice it every day. They say it needs long-term vision. Women build families, businesses, communities with exactly that mindset. Before portfolios, there were household budgets. Before SIPs, there were systematic sacrifices. Women have always been pro-investors. They weren't just called that until now. And today, in this room, we don't see participants. We see pioneers. We have built trust, created wealth, guided families, and shaped financial futures. You've proven that when Laxmi manages Laxmi, wealth grows with wisdom. But today is not just about celebration. It is about determination. Because every woman here is a mentor in the making. The next generation is watching, and they need to see that finance has a woman's face. From Barni Se Azadi to Sip Saheli. From grassroots awareness to leadership, we've walked this journey together. Laxmi for Laxmi is not just a claim, it is a movement. When women guide women, confidence compounds. When women invest in women, prosperity becomes unstoppable. Let this be the beginning of a ripple effect. One more woman investor, one more woman advisor, and one more woman who believes I can. Because when Laxmi supports Laxmi, our nation prospers.
So very good evening once again, all the lovely, inspiring, beautiful women we have in the room today. Today is not about celebrating Women's Day. It's about something so much more. It's about inspiration, it's about courage, and it's about something much more powerful. It's about the role women play in shaping financial confidence, not just in themselves, but in everyone around them. Right? So as women, strong, powerful women in the room, we are all together here today. Are we ready? Yes. Louder with me. Are we ready? Yes. Perfect. I love this. I don't think there's a better ambience than all these inspiring women coming together in one room and making something so beautiful, so powerful happen. Laxmi for Laxmi stands for mentorship, shared knowledge, and creating opportunities for more women to step forward with financial independence. So once again, ladies, welcome to Laxmi for Laxmi. And moving now, it's my privilege to invite someone whose leadership has played a pivotal role in shaping the direction of one of India's most respected financial institutions. Under his guidance, HDFC Mutual Fund has continued to strengthen its focus on innovation, investor education, and long-term wealth creation. And perhaps even more importantly, it has remained deeply committed to build a stronger and more inclusive financial ecosystem. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming on stage Mr. Navneet Munot, Managing Director and CEO, HDFC AMC Limited. And so we look forward to hearing your thoughts. Thank you so much.
ये जो दुनिया है बन है कांटों का, तू फुलवारी है। ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, तू कितनी अच्छी है, तू कितनी भोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है। ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ। आप सभी के भीतर विराजित लक्ष्मी को, सरस्वती को, दुर्गा को मेरे प्रणाम। When I was walking up to the stage, I asked Harish that I'm going to start with these two lines. And he said, yaar, aaj Mother's Day nahi hai, Navneet. And I said, in our scriptures it is said, Yatra nari pujyante tatra ramante devta. Where women are worshipped, where women are celebrated, that's where the God is present. So I can see the God here. This is the pious land today. This is the pious place today. And thank you so much. It's such an honor and pleasure for each one of us at HDFC AMC to celebrate you, to honor you. I celebrate your courage, your resilience, and your sense of purpose. When Lehman Brothers failed in 2008, and of course India also had a big crash, I said, and I wrote somewhere, I still remember, if Lehman Brothers had few sisters there, the world history would have been very different. I've been writing a Person of the Year. Several of you would know that it's been almost 21 or 22 years. And I must confess this, it started with Man of the Year, this in 2004. And for a couple of years it was Man of the Year because Time magazine and everywhere you used to read Man of the Year. In 2010 I wrote something. This was exactly 15 years back and I think relevant today, a lot more relevant today. So I just want to read out which I wrote in 2010. If I remember, got published in Economic Times. If you Google it, you will still get it. But I'll just read out exactly those last 4 paragraphs apart from many other things on geopolitics and markets and economy and sports and arts, everything. Where is Mona? When I was coming here, Mona मेरे को पूछ रही थी आप क्या market की बात करने वाले हो क्या? And I said not at all. These 2 fundamental ideas instilled by my grandfather shaped my life. First, if you are given a job to do it really well. You must consistently ask yourself, have I done to the best of my ability? Second, be a lifelong student. Don't ever think that you have arrived, and remember that what you don't know is so much more than what you do. So said Indra Nui, CEO of PepsiCo. These words capture the spirit of my Man of the Year 2010. It's so embarrassing and humbling today when I read this. I'm also impressed by Aung San Suu Kyi of Burma, an outstanding example of leading a non-violent struggle for democracy and civil rights. It's more than a coincidence that India's, this is 2010, it is more than a coincidence that India's head of state, President of ruling party, Speaker of the Lok Sabha, and Leader of opposition, all are women. But the award is not for, okay, she's telling me a little more louder. But the award is not for outstanding achievers among women. It's not about Sarah Palin, Anna Huffington, Nancy Pelosi, Angela Merkel, or Oprah Winfrey. It's not about Sheila Dikshit, Mayawati, the famous women brigade of a financial institution, or Vinita Bali. It is about a tidal wave coming from planet Venus. They are rising everywhere, in politics, in business, in society. Don't get me wrong, it's not about establishing superiority or inferiority of a particular gender or trying to paint everyone with a single brush. But we must acknowledge biologically women think differently and are better at multitasking. As the world is dealing with increasing complexities and uncertainties, women have a greater role to play in society than assigned so far. As someone said, whatever women do, they have to do twice as well as men to be thought as half as good. Whatever women do, they must do twice as well as men to be thought half as good. Luckily, this is not too difficult for you. You can clap for yourself. Any statistics like child mortality, literacy levels, employment, or leadership count, and I'll show you some data, or any anecdotal evidence will confirm this super mega trend. However, this is a silent revolution and transformation of an orbital scale that can't be felt from a narrow vision. Businesses better start learning now. All businesses better start learning now. What do women want? At no point in time in history, a force more powerful than this has shaped humanity. If a decade or few later, one would analyze the reasons behind a more prosperous, more peaceful, more pragmatic, more progressive and purer world, despite enormous challenges that can be visualized today, I'm sure it would be the rise of women power. It is not my man of the year, but rather man of this decade and this millennium. I salute you, standing ovation. And after 15 years, and I feel even more confident, and it feels so good. I come from a small town in Rajasthan, Byawar, and I've seen child marriages. And I'm not talking about a girl 15, 17, 18. I'm talking about a girl of 5, 3, 7, and 9-year-old getting married, and then the veil and all of that. And from there, I had a rank in CA. And out of those 50 in CA, Rupa के 2 या 4 लड़कियां होती थी. I was speaking at some Women's Day panel few years back, and this gentleman from IIT Chennai, celebrity in their own right, that particular person, he said that मेरे बैच में 400 कैंडिडेट थे, 4 लड़कियां थी, एक मेरे को मिल गई, 3 किसी और को मिल गई, 396 had to look somewhere else. Today is completely different. I take one-day course at a particular university, and they told me this year that it looks like at some point in time we may have to have a quota for men, because now percentage women are higher there. And whether it was like during Operation Sindoor, where we saw all Vyomika Singh and Colonel Qureshi, where we saw the Indian cricket team, and look at the humble background each one of them came from, and what I like the confidence they were bubbling with. When I meet the entrepreneurs and startup founders, when I see the smiling ISRO great women brigade, which made all the Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan possible, I see a tribal woman, and I will be with her. Our privilege as HDFC AMC, we are doing something in Mathura. So I mean, the woman occupying the Rashtrapati Bhavan, coming from a tribal area. So it's really these are not like isolated milestones. It shows the resilience in the face of challenge, conviction in everything they do, and deep sense of responsibility to people that they serve. And I speak at many places on India story. Several of you I have a privilege or the pleasure of talking to all the time about the India story, and I talk about everything, the infrastructure and reforms and demographics and everything. But whenever people push me little more, what makes you most bullish about India? And I always say the rising power of women. I come from a small town, and I know I travel the country to the remote possible area. When I see girls, several of them are sitting here in my own office, a 20 or 22-year-old intern. The confidence that which they talk, I think the ambition in their eyes, so many of them sitting here, the next gen will be celebrating them of the MFDs. I think that makes me most bullish on India. We strongly believe at HDFC AMC, mutual fund distribution is just not about like distribution of mutual funds or products. It's about building relationship, it's about earning trust, it's about guiding families through the ups and downs of markets, and we know what's happening recently, but women naturally excel it. I've always said that while IQ we may be same, but on EQ, that's ecological quotient, emotional quotient, empathy quotient, you score substantially higher, and which is what the world need a lot more. You listen patiently, you explain with clarity, and you think long term. And I always say the world needs more people who have a strong head but a soft heart. And you have a strong head and a soft heart. And that's why the world needs more leadership from you. I had the privilege and honor of chairing AMFI. And during that time, first time 2 years back, we celebrated Women's Day and did few interesting things. And one of those was coming out with a publication on women in investing and the investors. I'll just show you quick data in just two or three slides, which will clearly show that women are a lot more disciplined. I'm talking about the investors, your investors who are women. They are more disciplined, more patient, think more long term. They are less reactive. What we are seeing now, more coming in from B30, coming in more from the younger cohort. I also had the privilege, along with my colleagues in AMFI, to submit to SEBI a plan where is there a possibility that how do we take this number substantially higher of the women investor, and SEBI was like really, we are very thankful to them. The new scheme where there will be additional incentive for getting a new woman PAN will be rewarded. So I think in few days or weeks time, hopefully that should be operational. At HDFC AMC, we take deep pride. I think we have done well because more than 30% of HDFC AMC families, women, and several of them are sitting here. So I must compliment them. Gloria is here. I didn't see Gloria. It's her birthday today, and she's like an outstanding leader. Sorry? Also, it's interesting that at HDFC, so I mean, we have the data on what percentage of industry investors are women. At HDFC, that percentage is higher of the women. And I don't know, we keep discussing with our marketing team, and I always say that I think we are a very feminine brand as HDFC. Our logo says, Bharosa Apno Ka. I mean, trust and the values that we imbibe. I think we are a very, very feminine brand. We are driven by a deep sense of purpose to be the wealth creator for every Indian. We are like very audacious vision to be the most respected asset manager in the world. So I think our philosophy aligns with a lot of those feminine values. And over the next several decades, our mission is, I think all of us in HDFC AMC get up, and thanks to your blessings, your support, I'm sure we are on that path, we are on that journey where as India creates an economic miracle which is unparalleled in human history, we will ensure that we create wealth for every Indian. We ensure that the fruits of that growth reach every single household in India, and women are central to that mission. And as I said, that we can relate to the values that you imbibe. For us, as I said, you are not just the distributor, but architect of financial confidence for millions of families. You are the role model for the young workforce, which is entering India's workforce. You are partners in India's journey towards financial empowerment, and we remain committed in terms of whatever little we can do for you. But more importantly, today's event is not about we imparting any knowledge or anything. It's about learning from you. As I said, that we are a deep feminine brand. How we can learn more from you to take this the growth journey to every single household in India. Because when you grow, investors grow, and when investors grow, India grows. So let me end with a simple thought. The future of finance will not be about algorithms and analytics. It will be about trust. It will be about empathy, and it's about the purpose. Today we'll be celebrating some of you. We've got few categories like the media icon, whether in traditional media or social media. Some of you who are doing outstanding work. The legacy leader who've been around for very, very long time, who've been guiding the industry, who've been shaping the industry. We have the honor and privilege of celebrating their success and their guidance to the industry. Financial literacy advocates, some of you who do lots of investor education campaigns, and this is something like as an asset manager, as a mutual fund, very close to our heart. We do very deep work, passionately about investor education. So those women who've been aligned to that mission, will be celebrating them. And of course, the next gen leader. One of the big agenda at our end is to encourage the next generation. And I see Charmi here, Shelly here, so many of them sitting here. We'll be celebrating them, and we do this program Next Gen, where we call kids of the next generation, whatever age group, and try to convince them that you should join your parents' business. So we have that also. So here is to your resilience, to your conviction, and to the extraordinary role you play in building financial future for millions. I'll just run few slides. Just give me a few more minutes. I read about the 2010, and after 15 years, I feel even more confident of that. I'm sure all of you have seen various of these studies over the last couple of years, including the MFI one, that there are more women joining the workforce. The average ticket size is higher for women. There are 24% among the individual investors. The count-wise, women are 24, but the amount-wise, they are 33, and we take deep pride in HDFC that we have higher composition of women investors than the industry. Maybe they relate to us as better. Another interesting thing, they actually start their journey with SIPs more than the overall average, and their average ticket size is higher than men. They invest for longer term. We also looked at the longevity data. So 22% of them invest for more than 5 years versus 19%, and this number was only 9%, which has become 22. Of course, some of you will say that we have a long way to go. Of course, we have a long way to go, and we need to keep improving. But as I said, one of the reasons is like you are the ones who will shape that journey, and we have seen a substantial increase in the women distributor over the last couple of years, and we take deep pride. But this is just the beginning. We all know what needs to be done in this country over the next several years, and we need your blessings and good wishes. At our end, and where is Mona? There is no market, there is no economy, there is nothing here, but the biggest, passionately what we are doing at HDFC AMC is what we are doing on the investor education side. I think we have many of the flagship programs. Barney, I'll talk about a little bit. SIP Saheli, the Mission Samriddhi we launched on the Kargil Day for the investor education to the families who are in Army, Navy, Air Force. Thousands of those families in different parts of the country. We are going to different cantonments. Mission Mars is a very popular program. Tens of thousands of kids between 9 to 16, Amit and team, Misbah, and they do programs both virtually and in person. We have a collaboration with IIMU, and I think thousands of kids who are part of MU, and they would have been part of, and many other platforms. We just started one for doctors specifically, which is WellCare. And the future ready is for the retirees. Campus Connect is those who are in college today and moving from college campus to the work campus. The teachers turn investors across the country, many programs that we are doing specifically for the teachers. And we believe that all of these, whether it's the people in army, whether the teachers, the doctors, all of they are adding so much value to the society, but they are generally not so good in managing their own wealth. So they are taking care of the health of the future health of the society. So it is our responsibility that how do we create more awareness about their own finances. Bharosa is something that we take deep pride. This is for the people who are mute or who cannot listen to. Some of our people who who can imbibe that training with the hand gesture. And now we are training a lot of trainers and across the country for the people who are mute and cannot listen to. So there are many others, but I'll only talk about the 1 and 2 today. This is what we started on Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav 4 years back, and now I think couple of tens of thousands of women we have reached out in different manner. Let me play that. Several of you might have seen this, but it's just to revive. Wherever I play this, I see a lot of emotions in the room.
ये सिर्फ बरनी नहीं है जिसमें रसोई का राशन और माँ का अचार रखा जाता है। जमा पूंजी के नाम पर इसमें पैसा भी जमा किया जाता है। अच्छे वक्त का कुछ हिस्सा इसमें छुपाया जाता है। पर क्यों? सवाल अचार जितना तीखा है, पर हम सबको खुद से ये पूछना है, क्या पैसे को बरनी में डाल के कभी बढ़ाया जाता है? इन बरनियों में अचार पकते हैं, पैसे नहीं। तो क्यों ना हम अपने पैसों को ऐसी बरनियों से आजाद कर दें और इन पैसों को म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट करें। An investor education initiative by HDFC Mutual Fund.
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार के जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
And various things. I don't know how many of you saw this in Carter Road few years back, that big installation we did in a lot of these shopping malls, etc. I mean, there are various kinds of experiments across the country in various forms, in beauty parlors, wherever women are, and you get their time and attention in various innovative formats. Last year or year before last, we did that, where we, along with TV9, we did this interview with a lot of women entrepreneurs across the country, and everybody had such interesting stories to share about them. 79th year, we did 79 Nukkad Natak on the same day across the country. This year in Magh Mela, I think crores of people and very few people would have missed out the large installations and the training that we had. A lot of my colleagues from marketing stayed there for a couple of days, because when people are there explaining them in their own language across professions. So we do, somewhere it's with teachers, somewhere it's with nurses, somewhere it's with people in different kinds of services. This year again in their partnership, and this is more on the Hindi speaking and regional languages. Very interesting programs we are doing with the TV9. SIP Saheli is another the investor education program of ours across, I mean in partnership with Gray Shobha, many of the women-centric publications, etc. across the country, and we are trying to find as innovative ways of delivering this message, and by now 15 lakh women have participated. I think we really take pride in this through the SIP Saheli. You might have seen our campaign over the last couple of years, which we have called Zindagi Ke Liye SIP, Puri Zindagi SIP. I mean, we are trying to teach something as like a new financial concept, and this is what we started a few years back. This was highly appreciated. It just take like less than a minute.
पिछले 6 सालों से हर रोज यही हो रहा है। मौसम, दिन, महीना, कोई भी हो, न वक्त बदलता है न लोग। घड़ी की सुई लेट हो सकती है, पर ये नहीं। इसे आप लगन, जुनून या फिर पागलपन भी कह सकते हैं, मगर हमारे लिए तो ये वो SIP है जो चौधरी साहब पिछले 6 सालों से हर दिन अपनी बेटी के लिए कर रहे हैं। जब जिंदगी जीने का तरीका ही SIP है, तो जिंदगी के लिए SIP क्यों ना हो। तो आज ही अपने फ्यूचर की शुरुआत SIP के साथ करें।
Generation Initiative by HDFC Mutual Fund. म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार के जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
So every IAP campaign that we have, women would be at the center of that. There have been few, whether you notice or not, there have been few where women were not at the center of it, and there is a lot of discussion that happened in the office. There was one particular video where it's like the father explaining something to the son, and father made a mistake, he lied in the office, and then he kind of confesses. And मैंने बहुत argument किया, and विशाल in our marketing said that कि सर अगर लड़के अच्छे नहीं होंगे तो लड़कियां safe नहीं होएगी, सब मेरे को करने दीजिए ये. There was another one recently you might have seen of an IAP on multi-cap. So there is like a boy's photo, and it's like confused, whatever, market cap, something like that. And I told Harish, यार हम हमेशा डिस्कस करते हैं, women have to be at center. तो उसने बोला सर ऊपर लिखा हुआ है confused, do you want me to show a picture of a woman? So that's why there were like a macho man there. So we are very clear that all our IAP efforts have to be driven towards women. And maybe one or two last I'll show you a minute each.
ये जिंदगी किस्तों से बनती है, जैसे ये पहली किस्त हमारे जज्बात की, ये किस्त संयम की, प्रकृति के नियम की। ये किस्त एक छोटे से सपने की शुरुआत की। ये किस्त नन्हे कदमों को बढ़ावा देने की।
गिर के संभलते जाना तू, उड़ने से ना घबराना तू।
ये किस्त श्रम की, परिश्रम की, गिर गिर के उठने की।
तू राहों के सबक को सीढ़ी बना के चल, छोटी छोटी परवाज़ों से संवरता है कल।
और ये किस्त दुआ की, आशीर्वाद की।
तू राहों के सबक को सीढ़ी बना के चल, छोटी छोटी परवाज़ों से संवरता है कल। गिर के संभलते जाना तू, उड़ने से ना घबराना।
ये किस्तें और कुछ नहीं, बस इन्वेस्टमेंट ही तो है जो हम सब करते हैं अपनों के कल को बेहतर बनाने के लिए। तो देखा जाए तो हम सब इन्वेस्टर्स ही तो हैं। जब जिंदगी जीने का तरीका ही SIP है, तो जिंदगी के लिए SIP क्यों ना हो? जिंदगी के लिए SIP।
HDFC म्यूचुअल फंड का निवेशक शिक्षा और जागरूकता अभियान। अपनों के लिए पहला कदम लें। म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार के जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
So this is like little gist of what we are doing, and this is like the biggest passion, the biggest amount of work that we do as an organization. Of course, we have 30 years of track record. I'm not going to talk about that today. Nobody in India, none of our people, almost like 2,500 people at HDFC MC can present on HDFC FlexiCap Fund than Rupa does. She knows more about everyday story of HDFC FlexiCap Fund for 25-30 years, so I won't even dare to do that. But again, I mean, thank you so much for being here. It is really close to our heart, and we really look up to you. We salute your leadership. Few years back, we started this. Shamli was there, part of us, Varun, Munira, all of these people in our marketing. We started this amazing program on the Women's Day, a woman financial expert for every woman, because they may feel more comfortable talking to you.
हमने इंडिपेंडेंस डे पर एक पहल की थी, बदनी से आजादी। आजादी इसलिए कि देश की हर एक नारी फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट बन सके, और ये सिर्फ पैसे बचाने से नहीं, बढ़ाने से हो पाएगा। ये बात बहुतों तक पहुंची और बहुतों ने निवेश शुरू भी किया। अब हम अपने इरादे को और भी आगे ले जा रहे हैं। हमारा ये मानना है कि जब समझाने वाला अपने जैसा हो तो समझना और भी आसान हो जाता है।
तो इस विमेंस डे HDFC म्यूचुअल फंड एक ऐसी यूनिक मिस्ड कॉल सर्विस शुरू कर रहे हैं
जो सिर्फ महिलाओं के लिए है। हम आपको कनेक्ट करेंगे आप ही के आसपास की एक विमेन फाइनेंशियल एक्सपर्ट से, जो आपके सभी सवालों के जवाब देंगी, जैसे म्यूचुअल फंड में क्यों और कैसे इन्वेस्ट करें, SIP के फायदे और बहुत कुछ।
इस मैसेज को आगे भी शेयर करें ताकि ज्यादा से ज्यादा महिलाएं म्यूचुअल फंड में निवेश करें
और फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट बने।
आज ही मिस्ड कॉल दीजिए 7358112345। म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार की जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
All of these women are part of HDFC MC. Now you know हमारे यहाँ लोग 20-25 साल छोड़ते क्यों नहीं हैं? So and then we did this with Larissa, with several of you, and thank you so much for your time, for the whole series that we did, and today we are here to celebrate and take this journey to the next stage. ये जो दुनिया है ये बन है कांटों का, तू फुलवारी है। ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ। God bless you. Thank you so much.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.